Welcome back to Up and Coming. I'm your host, Danny B. And here with me, we have Ryan Harvey, the producer responsible for many of the up-and-coming bands around Tulsa. So, Harvey, tell me a little bit about what you do.
I'm a producer/engineer at Catharsis Studios outside of Broken Arrow.
Awesome, awesome. What are some of the bands you've worked with?
I've worked For the Weekend from Canada, and King Conquer from Florida, Skies from Kansas, End Ocean from Texas, 37 from Texas, Cutthroat, Lesson Learned, Parallels. Those are all Tulsa bands. They're starting to make a pretty good name for themselves. I did drums and bass recording on Outlining Colors EP, which they're getting pretty big right now, which is pretty cool to see that.
And you're 20 years old, right?
I am, yeah.
Okay. So how long have you been producing? How long have you been doing this?
Probably since I was about 16 or 17, around that time. So
Got started early, but that's the way to do it nowadays, man. You got to have one up on everybody else. I mean, everybody's starting earlier and earlier.
Yeah, it's real tough. Like, I have a lot of competition rising up every day, but I have my set work.
I know. I mean, how does a 16-year-old obtain all of that recording equipment? Because I know recording equipment is not cheap.
Oh, you don't start off with it. You have to start small, and you have to build up. And pretty much the better you get, the better your gear will get too, because you'll be like, oh, I need this and I need that. So what you do, I mean, I got a job when I was 16, and I started putting money away for that every paycheck. And then after that, I would record bands when I wasn't working, and just keep on buying gear, like going online, talking to people, trading, buying used, tons of other stuff like that you can do.
Wow, that's crazy. So now the equipment that you have, like what kind of software do you use to record? Like,
I'm using Reaper, which is it's an open bass program. It's pretty new, and a lot of the old guys won't even really acknowledge that it's a real DAW, but you can definitely hang with Pro Tools, Cubase. I like it over Pro Tools. I'll probably never ever use Pro Tools ever because of Reaper. Yeah, it's so far beyond. You can code it however you want. So if there's something you don't like in it, and if you know how to code, you can actually go in the program, change it, and you can make scripts for it, like online in their user forms. You can get a whole bunch of scripts that allow you to do different actions that doesn't come with stock Reaper.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I've used Pro Tools before, but I've never heard of
To be honest, I think Pro Tools is a joke.
Oh, wow. So you had an internship. So, tell me a little bit like who you worked with and, what you did, what all you got to do, and how you got the internship.
I worked with Joey Sturgis at the Foundation Studios, which is in Indiana. He's done bands like Devil Wears Prada, Attack, Oceano. I mean, he's a really big producer right now. And he goes on a lot of the audio forms that I do, and we talk. We just got to talking one day, and he just hit me up. He was like, "What's your contact?" And so he called me, and he was like, "What are you doing January 15th?" And he was like, I don't really know. And he was like, "Come up here, intern under Attack, and we'll see what you know."
Wow.
Yeah.
You just got right in there, man. That's awesome.
You just got to jump in.
Yeah. So actually, we have a short clip from Attack. Let's check it out. So, I mean, there was Attack. I mean, you actually got to work on that.
Yeah, I did a lot of the editing, a little vocal, little bass, stuff that Joey was like, "Hey, try this real quick. I just want to see what you know."
Oh, wow. What's your favorite type of music to record?
Favorite type is definitely hardcore and metal. I don't mind doing rock and pop and all that stuff, but just the people are just sometimes not that fun. Like when you have these smaller bands in like hardcore and metal, just like they have so much heart, they have so much emotion, they have a message to put out. They're not they don't have a tour bus, they have a tour van, and they risk their lives every day driving, the state to state, playing every show, and these kids got a lot of messages to say, and I want to capture that. I want to capture that message, and just help them show the world what they want. Help them achieve their goals. Like that whole genre means so much to me. Like I wasn't raised on metal. I was actually raised on like pop and all this stuff. But I always found like metal pretty cool, and that's why I started playing guitar.
Oh wow! So you're not only a recorder, but you also play as well.
Yeah.
So now, do you just play guitar? Do you play any other instruments?
I almost play everything. Not too good at everything, but I can edit myself. That you wouldn't believe it.
Yeah, and that's one thing that that's a plus to having all the equipment that you have.
Yeah,
You can do your own stuff, and you can make your own CDs, and put yourself out there.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people are starting to do now these days. Is just like they're just setting up with Drum Kit from Hell on on Pro Tools and just recording over it, making songs, demoing it. And it's kind of scary because the engineer and producer part of the world is like starting to kind of move towards more like bedroom producers, as they're called, like, which I kind of still am. Like all these big studios like Abbey Roads, which did the Beatles, that got shut down. Oh, wow. And then the Hit Factory is almost being shut down because people can't afford to go to the studio and drop $100,000 on a CD anymore.
Wow. So you're saying that your favorite music to record was, you said metal, hardcore?
And hardcore, yeah.
And hardcore. What's your favorite type of music to listen to? Like, what do you listen
definitely.
to?
Like, that's what I listen to, but as a producer, and I just love music. Like, I could talk about music forever. Like, I can barely hold a conversation with someone unless it's about music. I'll just be like, yeah, that's cool. But music, I just go on and on and on. I listen to a lot of pop, classical, jazz, weird stuff, like a lot of electronica, a lot of it's weird. It's like drone. It's ambient, almost kind of indie in a way too, but mostly hardcore and metal. Those are my favorite things to listen to.
Sweet,
but every
man.
once in a while.
So you're self-taught. You're 20 years old, and you've already accomplished so much. It's really awesome, dude.
Yeah.
You're doing so great, and getting yourself out there is just.
Yeah, I mean, it's
awesome,
just
dude.
getting better. I recently got a call from Malcolm Springer, who did Matchbox 20 Pearl Jam, and he's hired me to be a producer at his company, The Recording Co.
That is awesome, man.
And
well, sorry, we're out of time.
Okay.
That was
Awesome.
Great getting to know everything about you and what you do and how you started. So good luck out there, man.
All right,
thank
you. Appreciate it.
Tune in next time with me, Danny B. We'll have more about the Almost Famous coming up.